Hello, Woodward Parkway. This is Mr. Defendini, and I am so happy to be with you today, able to be a little bit part of your PARP kickoff. I'm going to be reading a book today to you. It's a book called Because. It was written by an author, one of my favorites, Mo Willems, and the artistry in this book was actually done by another famous person named Amber Wren, who did all of the artistry and all the artwork in here, which I think you'll really enjoy. The name of the book is Because. So here we go. Because a man named Ludwig wrote beautiful music, a man named Franz was inspired to create his own. Because many years later people wanted to hear Franz's beautiful music, they formed an orchestra. Because a man had practiced since he was a kid, he was asked to join. Because a woman studied night and day, she too was asked to play. Because many others loved and practiced their instruments, there were enough musicians. Because someone created a poster about Franz's music, tickets were sold. Because the train conductor stopped the train at the Grand Concert Hall, the orchestra conductor arrived. Look at all these different people that are involved in making this happen. Because the orchestra librarian had copies of the score, the orchestra rehearsed. Because workers checked the lights and the seats and swept the floors, the grand hall was ready. Because the time had come, the ushers opened the door. Because someone's uncle caught a cold, someone's aunt had an extra ticket for someone special. Because the usher helped the aunt and her special guest, they found their seats. Because everyone was there to hear beautiful music, it was quiet. See right there? Very special character right there, because all of these things are happening. You now have a young lady that's listening to some beautiful music and being inspired. And there's a great picture of the orchestra. You can see all the different instruments there. And this is one of my favorite pictures in the whole book. See how that picture with all of that color, right? You can't hear it, but you kind of can hear it in the way in which the artist drew that picture. You can almost feel the notes coming out of the orchestra. In row C, seat 14, here's our special guest, sat the girl with the uncle's ticket. She heard the beautiful music written by the man named Franz, and it changed her. Look at what's going on here. Look at the artistry here. Look at how the music is changing the young girl. She's inspired because all of these different things were going on. All of these different people were taking a part in making this concert happen. And Franz coming up with this amazing music, who was inspired by Ludwig van Beethoven. We now have this young girl who's extremely inspired. It says the girl was changed. From that moment on, the girl learned everything she could about music because it fed her. Soon she started to write music too, because like Franz, the young woman had something to share. Over time, the woman became very good because she worked very hard. One night, her music was discovered because she was also very lucky. Look, that's that little girl now. She's not so little anymore. Now she's the conductor creating the music. She was invited to perform her music at the Grand Concert Hall because so many people wanted to hear it. Her composition was dedicated to the uncle in row C, seat 14, because it was his ticket that brought her here. And that night, someone else was changed. And look at this little person over here. who's now all of a sudden they're the next person being changed. Think about it, boys and girls. How often are you inspired to do something because a whole bunch of other things happened leading up to that moment? Pretty special. The book ends with, "That is how it happens." Again, thank you so much for allowing me the ability to read a book to you. Hopefully you enjoy your PARP time.